back with what seems to be like, Pat, or it's starting to catch fire, really is what it is. Our segment in which we like to call 3 Questions.
3 questions. It was a small ember, and now it's starting to build into a beautiful, warm, robust fire.
Absolutely, and I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
It seems like a great way to end the show, always.
It leaves the people thinking, and I think that it's always good to think before you move on to the next show.
Yeah,
leave them with something to chew on.
I agree with it. So
let's jump right in.
With that being said, what do you got? You got something for me? I'm gonna let you lead us off here.
I do, and we had an email come through. You mind if I lead off with that one?
Go for it, yeah.
Good friend of mine, Pat Elward, went to Chaminade High School. Won't hold that against him. Went to the University of Denver. Definitely won't hold that against him.
Oh, there you go.
Very smart, upstanding young man. He emailed the show, and as people who have listened know that I in particular have an issue with saying certain words wrong.
What was the name again of that email that he sent that to?
Oh, you mean our email address?
Sure, yes.
lgcpodcast@gmail.com.
Did you say lgcpodcast@gmail.com?
No, Jim, it was lgcpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anyway,
which is what you said, yes.
Right, so your buddy Pat.
Yeah, so he his conundrum was when you get to a railroad spot, railroad tracks, and you're driving, and it says the letter X-ing. How do you read that in your mind? Is it crossing or is it Xing?
Yeah, and I think you and I have talked about this before. Mm-hmm. You were a cross-country guy. I played lacrosse. Mm-hmm. So you naturally have the XC. You naturally have the LAX. Mm-hmm. I honestly didn't really get what that even meant until I started playing lacrosse. Mm-hmm. And then it all made sense. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I was always saying Xing. Why the hell does it say Xing?
I do too. Why can't they just write crossing? They have the room.
You're right, they
do.
It's
a taxpayer thing. Here's another quick side note one. So we're by the way, we're both unanimously saying Xing on this one, although we understand what it stands for. Here's another one. Somebody texts you the word, something like, hey man, so-and-so, made this really WTF comment today, really LOL'd about it. When you read it as someone said a really what the fuck comment today, period. And then you read in your head, I LOL'd about it.
You're right.
You don't read I laughed out loud.
You're right. I LOL'd. You're right.
But when you read WTF, you don't read in your head WTF. You read out,
what the fuck?
Isn't that incredible?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're right. And you're 100% right. I totally do that.
I didn't want to ask it as a question because I wanted it to be a side note.
I like the side note.
Because I saw that somewhere and I was like, that's totally true. So Xing, WTF, LOL, they're all in the same in some ways. Our brains work in beautiful ways.
It's incredible. And you know what, Pat? Thank you for the question.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for thanking me.
Let me get into my next part of the show, and that question would be, well, first of all, it's a little bit complicated, but it's not.
I'm ready.
There's a 1A, 1B, 1C, so keep that in mind here.
Okay.
First and foremost, Pat, and I'm going to rattle all 3 of these off. What are your go-to toppings? If somebody said, no matter what, you have to get these toppings every time for the rest of your life. What are your go-to toppings on your pizza? 1A. 1B. What is your favorite chain pizza? We're talking the Domino's, the Papa John's of the world. And 3, what is your favorite non-chain pizza place?
Jim, thank you very much for asking me this question.
Of course.
This is an important question, I think, for every American to ponder upon.
Sure.
And I'm going to go ahead and boldly answer 1A, 1B, and 1C. 1A, what toppings? I would, first and foremost, unquestionably because of my undying passion for cooked onions on basically anything that they can reasonably be put on. You got to have onions on there. Red,
nice.
White, I don't care. Cook them, put them on there. They're there. Let's get into the meats, all right? I'm an American. Bacon's got to be on there.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Sausage or pepperoni are interchangeable. Both is fine. Hamburger, I think that's like an added treat, but usually, honestly, if I'm thinking hamburger on a pizza, it's like, I just want to eat a hamburger.
Yeah.
So, if I'm feeling really carnivorous, I'm going to go ahead and go for the all three. But the one that I love having on there, because it can stand on its own or be an added topping, is the bacon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Onion bacon, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you're right. Bacon, onion, bacon, however you want to say it.
Those are my top two. Those are my top two. And then really beyond that, to be completely honest with you, outside of mushrooms or olives and anchovies, anything else goes.
Wow.
Seriously.
So you're definitely the more the better on the toppings.
I like to load it up. And I know that there's been times where I've erroneously had too much on a pizza. And it almost is just like, this is overwhelming. But like the one we had tonight, we had the bacon, sausage, onion, and the tomato. That's a wonderful veggie meat, simple balance.
Yeah, it was great.
It would honestly be something very similar to this.
Oh, really?
I'm not as much of a green pepper guy. I can do it. But, peppers aren't going to be top of my list.
Yeah.
So
I love a good spice, but I'm glad that we decided to take it easier on the jalapenos this time, because
let's talk about that for a second.
That just ruins your next day.
It does. And any man out there who knows, if you're going to have jalapenos on a pizza, it's going to taste really good while you're eating it. You'll pay the piper the next day.
Ooh.
The fiery death.
Awful.
With that being said, the next part of that was the national chains. Can't go wrong, I think, with Papa John's always does a nice job. Domino's, though, has really been kind of an up-and-coming, improving chain. If I had to pick, I'm always going to go with not those unless I have to, but don't have a problem with Papa J's, Domino's, even Pizza Hut, even though I don't get them that often. I appreciate how they try to innovate quite often. So that'll segue into the third one, because I rarely go after those guys. I'm a Dewey's person. Call me a local homebody.
Dewey's is so good, though.
It's that soft, chewy crust, and they got a few. They're not overwhelming. Like Emo's is almost like a St. Louis chain. They are a St. Louis chain.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Dewey's has got just a handful of locations. They don't deliver. You got to kind of work to get it, which I appreciate. It's kind of like going after that girl in high school or college. They're not a chain. They're gonna make you work for it. You got to go to them, and in their prime time. They're not the standard Provel thin crust. They have a soft, chewy, delicious dough.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's not the overwhelming greasy New York style, but it's a New York style.
I gotta interject here, because I have to tell you that I don't think I've ever had anything bad at Dewey's or had any bad experience with Dewey's Pizza.
Right.
And dare I say, it is underrated.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody talks about pie pizza, and pie pizza's great.
Pie's great.
Pie's great.
But you got to be in the mood for a deep dish.
Right.
Which, man, I love deep dish. Don't get me wrong. I'm way big on the sauce. Tons of sauce. But yeah, you're right. Dewey's does a great balance. They give you a incredible crust to taste. And I'll tell you what, they had some good ranch.
Oh, you just took what I was thinking of. I was about to say their ranch is incredible, and anybody who
really
loves
good.
a good ranch with pizza, as we do, oh yeah, it's unbelievable, definitely. And good. So I'll throw it back to you though. I mean, to answer the question that you posed. I mean, what toppings you want? Were you talking on a national chain and local too?
Well, Pat, first of all, thank you for throwing the question back to me.
You're very welcome.
I got some beef here, and I don't mean beef that's going on my pizza.
Thank you for clarifying.
I have a beautiful fiance who has introduced me to the world of just cheese pizza. Right? Yeah. You can scowl. You can scowl.
I'm not scowling. I'm intrigued. /scowling. Go on.
Generally, when we get pizza together, it is half cheese, half whatever toppings I want. That's fine. At first, I was like, Who gets cheese pizza?
What kind of lunatic just gets a naked pizza?
What a waste.
Yes.
And then I enjoyed some cheese pizza. Pat, I did. And I think it is comparable to my newfound love of just doing a straight up plain old cheeseburger with bacon on it, because you really get to taste the I don't know, and I can edit this shit out. I'm really trying to get the taste of the actual burger itself. So when you compare that to just cheese pizza, it's kind of like, okay, I respect this. But if I had my own personal opinion, I would get sausage, bacon, green pepper, red onion, all fucking day, every fucking day, 6 times a week, because you gotta have an off day. And
the Lord's Day, yes.
You're right. And that's really my go-to. Those are the toppings. I know we said, Emo's is basically a St. Louis chain, but my favorite chain pizza is Papa John's. And I would say if Emo's is categorized in the chain, I'll do Emo's because, I'm just a huge fan of Emo's.
You can't go wrong with Emo's. And anybody who says otherwise, I'll kindly slap you.
Sure, of course.
Kindly.
But, oh boy, I'll tell you what here, Pat. I really respect your Dewey's opinion, but there's a little spot called Peroni's Pizza.
Go on.
Born and raised in North County, Florissant.
Oh, wow.
My mom introduced us to this when we were kids, and still to this day. They have since ventured out, and they have another location off of 79 out there by St. Peter's Golf Course. I'm telling you, Pat, this pizza is unreal. It's that pan style, not like Jets or Pizza Hut, like that thick pan shit. I'm talking like they literally take a rectangular pan, they press the dough so it's thin crust, they press the dough all the way to the edges, sauce, cheese, toppings, whatever you want, and they bake the whole pan so when they bring it out to you, it's literally a sheet tray, a rectangular sheet tray that they give to you on your
The pan
table.
is still hot, I'm sure.
Oh, it's incredible. Just incredible.
And only a couple locations, so it's super unique.
2. One in North County, one in off 79 out there in O'Fallonish.
You got to get out there. You got to earn it.
Whew. It is so fudging good.
Thanks to Carol Bunton.
Yeah.
For pointing that out then.
Absolutely.
Good recommendation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you for the question.
Of course.
I think it's my turn to ask you another one.
Yeah, hit me with it.
We're going to keep on the food here, the food train. And I'm cheating. I told you this going in. I'm cheating because I asked Joe this, but I meant to ask you. Jim, would you pick, if you could, happy hours or brunch? And you can still have the food and beverage components to them. If you can only pick one or the other to have, you had to let one go for the rest of your life. Which one are you going with?
Now, first of all, Pat, thank you for the question.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I am going to take Joe's side on this. Joe, and I'm also, and this is boring again, but I'm going to take Joe's side, and I'm going to take it because of his exact same reason. You can get brunch. You can eat the things that a brunch would be whenever you want. You can have breakfast for dinner, blah, blah, blah. You can have all those things. But nothing tastes better than an ice cold drink, beer, cocktail, whatever you will, to reward yourself for either a great day at work or a shitty day at work when you get off work. And so for that question, for that reason, Pat, I'm going to answer your question by saying happy hour. Can't give up happy hour.
I'm nodding yes here.
That's what you would do also?
Yeah. Thanks for throwing it back. And I mean,
no disrespect to...
It's nothing because I love brunch. And frankly, I don't do it often enough.
You're right.
I love it. I mean, you sit down, I'm going to have my coffee, I'm going to have my booze, I'm going to have some delicious combination of some eggs or sweets and just big meal. It's okay to be gluttonous. And happy hour, I don't think has much of a reputation, right? And the nice thing about brunch, the nicest thing is that you don't do brunch during the weekday. You do it on the weekends. It's that
You're right.
It's the reward. I think that's why I threw the question out there, is because happy hours, you think of like, well, the regular mini prizes you get during the week for making it through, like you said, a good day or a bad day. But the brunches are the ones who are like, this is the coup de grace.
Oh, yeah.
For making it through another week. This is special. This is Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter. Out with a big group of friends, enjoying the sunshine if you're sitting outside. There's nothing wrong with brunch.
Ooh.
But if I had to pick, if we're talking not brunch every day, because I didn't say that. I said just brunch or happy hour. We're going by the standard of brunches are still on the weekend. Happy hours are more so during you don't do a happy hour very often on a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, no.
So it's sometimes it's just strength in numbers too. I think that for quality, brunch has its place. For quantity, it depends on what you want. Happy hours are going to win every time.
I agree.
So it's a toss up for me because I enjoy brunches more than happy hours. But if I had to pick one, I'll take the quantity.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we could come to a nice
diplomatic answer on that one.
You're right.
I feel better about it already.
Oh boy! And speaking of happy hours, it kind of rolls into my next segment here because especially this time of year in St. Louis, it's so goddamn hot outside. The humidity is ridiculous, and I feel bad for a lot of the people. When I think of happy hour, call me crazy, but I think of Clayton. I don't know why, but I think of like, all right, you got the bars there in downtown Clayton, and you got all of these office areas around, and you got all these guys that are probably like, fuck, I just need to go hammer down some beers. So that's why I think of Clayton. But anyway, I digress. I feel bad for those guys, and especially for our good friend Drake Merritt of the Drake Merritt home selling team.
Drake is the man, and happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday to Drake.
Happy birthday, Drake. The happiest guy we know.
I hope that he doesn't hold it against me that I couldn't make it to his birthday dinner because of my unfortunate circumstance that happened today. I'm not going to get into it, but I hope that he understands.
It was a legitimate reason, and you know what? We're glad we're podcasting.
And now we're podcasting. Yeah.
Drake would understand, though, given the circumstances.
I hope so. Anyway, Drake, to all the other guys, they got to wear suits every single day.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Have you ever showed up to a place where you're wearing a suit that you probably shouldn't be? Like you're overdressed and you're wearing a suit and you're kind of like, fuck.
What? What's wrong with wearing suits?
No. It was my question.
Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Have you ever been to a place where you've been wearing a suit and you show up and you're the only one in a suit, and I'll even stretch that as far as you're way overdressed for this certain scenario?
It's so funny you asked that because don't want to get into these circumstances, but was somewhere recently where there was concern of being overdressed, and I actually said to the people I was with, this is just my philosophy. I'd rather go somewhere overdressed than underdressed.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know, because have I ever been to yes, I think I've been to spots. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing a polo shirt at a podcast right now.
But polo shirts are comfortable.
And we've talked about this before, too. I mean, people used to call me Polo Pat in college, and I think it's a DeSmet thing. I think that wearing polo shirts was what we were... Oh, sorry. There's a video of a guy falling in a lake playing golf, and it just caught my attention on the TV. Anyways, no, we at DeSmet, we always had to wear polos, and I started to realize polos are the quintessential shirt in which you can wear it, and you can do it at a podcast. You can wear this going out, and it's that fine balance between he's not too fancy, he's not too comfortable, and that's just kind of my style. I don't run into places where I'm usually overdressed or underdressed, but I'd rather always be overdressed.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Of course.
My last one for you.
Bring it.
Did you want to comment on that? You said you 100% agree. Do you have anything else?
That's really all I got.
Okay.
It wasn't that good of a question. I'm sorry for the listeners. that I didn't bring something better to the table.
Well, I hope this is a decent finish.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. Well, I mean, I meant my question.
Oh, your question. Okay.
I mean, in general, it's going to be a great finish.
Oh, of course.
It's going to finish so great. This might be an easy one for you, but it was another one that I've seen before, and I'm going to throw it at you. It's another food-related one, philosophically speaking here.
Okay.
For all those philosophers out there that John Schwabe talked about. If you could choose between one of the two, again, which would you choose? Your last meal, right? We've talked about our favorite kind of foods and meals on this show. Would you choose to either eat that every day for the rest of your life, for every meal, or have variety in your meals, but they're guaranteed to be whatever you consider bland, blah, boring meals?
Oh, then I would 100% eat my last meal.
Even though there's the risk that you could get sick of it very quickly.
Absolutely.
Every time.
And I think this, yes, absolutely, 100%. Because if you're already eating bland, boring bullshit meals, who cares? Might as well enjoy the meal that you love the most for an extended period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd have to agree too. And I'm going to go ahead and admit, I heard that on a Would You Rather from the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. I stole that.
Really?
I pondered it, and life's short. Life's real short. You don't know if you're going to be, you're going to die in a podcasting lightning strike power surge accident tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so you might as well just enjoy the meals that you have while you have them.
I 100% agree.
And if you get tired of it, well, then it's probably not your favorite meal.
I'd like to jump on there and say, Pat, what would your last meal be?
I thank you for the question.
Of course.
The follow-up question, Jim.
Yes.
And steak is the quintessential, can't go wrong. However, you know me. I gotta go burger.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go super decked out, top of the line. I mean, I don't want to get into the specifics, but everything we've talked about with good burgers, every dream fantasy you have, your perfect burger, that, some beautiful fries, maybe a starter salad, some wonderful beer. I want to keep it fancy yet simple, kind of like a polo shirt.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
And steak is really nice. Don't get me wrong. I would totally go with steak too. But I would try to keep it simple. Have a wonderful, maybe a nice plate of warm chocolate chip cookies for dessert.
Oh, wow.
That grandma just made or some shit, I don't want anything too much. So that would be the way I go. How about you?
I'll tell you what. I'm down to 2 meals. One would be either just a giant, medium rare prime rib.
Cannot go wrong.
Loaded mashed potatoes.
Oh, my God.
Some sauteed mushrooms. I know you're not into the mushrooms, but
go to hell.
For me, I love them.
Go to hell. Fuck off. I hate you. This podcast is over.
Or, which is one I would probably lean more towards, it's my mom's Thanksgiving dinner, the whole meal.
Yes.
It is absolutely insane. Oh, God. And you know what? And there's a reason it's once a year, because it's that good that you don't want to overdo it by doing it twice a year.
Because it's so special that you only get it once out of every 365 days.
Oh, yeah.
There's something to be said for that.
Oh, my God. Turkey. I mean, it's all of the originals are there. All of the staple people are sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way that they're done. The mashed potatoes are homemade, incredible, whipped up on her own. She makes her own gravy. That is insane. I am the designated gravy tester.
Oh, that's the perfect job.
She's got buttered noodles, rolls, stuffing from inside the bird, and regular stuffing that you cook.
That's unbelievable.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
So, and this is also over your birthday weekend.
You're right, and it's over my birthday weekend.
So it's very special.
That's why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday?
Well, Jim, thank you again for the follow-up.
Yeah, this is great. We're just on a roll
You're
here.
putting me on the spot here. I'm totally a holiday whore. Every
Really?
holiday I act like is my favorite, but I got to go with St. Patrick's Day.
I was not guessing St. Patrick's Day.
What were you going to guess? Humor me.
Christmas. I thought you would say Christmas.
I love Christmas. I really do. I love the time off. I love the family component. I think it's probably, I was trying to think of something a little bit different. I feel like Christmas is a good blanket answer. Christmas is stressful, though. That's the thing.
Oh, it sure is.
I love the concept of St. Patrick's Day. Irish heritage, the drinking, the camaraderie.
Yes.
My namesake, etc.
Yeah.
For what it represents. Do I execute it correctly every year? Hell no. It always lands on a random day of the week, or I have something going on the weekend when you're supposed to celebrate. So
Rains or something.
Right. It's not the best weather. Christmas is the best family time, but Thanksgiving is probably right there too. We have a big group of Thanksgiving people that come in.
Yeah, I bet you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving.
All the family comes in. It's huge. There's 50 plus people.
Really?
Oh yeah. Christmas and Thanksgiving go together, but I am a seersucker also. St. Patrick's Day has its category for the family component and the time off. You have the Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays, but the two that really tickle me, I love the 4th of July.
Really?
Getting all American, just going all Tony Godfrey out on the mother, Eagles, First Amendment, Second Amendment, 18th Amendment, 85th Amendment rights, everything you got in there. Just, I love America, and I love celebrating the summer. 4th of July is high in my book, and also probably my favorite season, Halloween.
Ooh.
Love the fall. And
that is a great answer because I love the fall. That's my favorite.
Halloween is so underrated. It's the best season. It's the culmination of the best season. You deck out, you party. Kids enjoy it. Adults enjoy it. You get to dress as fun, goofy shit. If you like getting scared, I love getting scared. It's
really?
fun. Oh, yeah. I love scary movies and that stuff.
No way.
100% Halloween. You threw me on the spot, so I'll categorize them. We'll come back to this at some point. But I love holidays. I love them. And I think that they all should be blessed and enjoyed in certain ways.
Oh, of course.
Do you have a ranking system? Now that I've given you a little bit of a chance to think. But I'm throwing it back to you.
You know what, Pat? I didn't think, and I feel bad for this. I didn't give the St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July holidays enough credit. Thanksgiving is so far up there in my book that it's just ridiculous.
It's incomprehensible how something can be so high up. Yeah,
but
it's incomparable.
But now that you say that, big fan of Christmas. I really am. I know that's boring. That's really like it's the Coca-Cola of the holidays. And I would say that Thanksgiving is Pepsi, and then everything else is kind of like off-brand.
Okay.
Or maybe like 4th of July is like a Mountain Dew or something like that.
But it's a beautiful red, white, and blue Mountain Dew.
Right. You know what I mean, though.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand.
You got your two staples in the industry, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then the rest are just kind of the off-brand but awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I was flipping the table on you, because it's like for me, Thanksgiving and Christmas are staples, easy.
You know what? I got it. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this one.
Here it comes.
But it's true. It's 100% true. My third favorite holiday, Pat, is Valentine's Day.
Why?
I'm a romantic at heart, Pat. I really
know,
am.
but it's just made for commercialization.
I get that. I get it.
Colleen wants Valentine's Day every day.
And you know what, though? I don't know that Colleen really does like Valentine's Day, but I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love, Pat.
I love too, but I love it so much that I don't want a day for it.
I'm a big fan of it.
I just want to love every day.
And you know what else I hate about Valentine's Day is when you have the broads out there who are like, why is it only one day a year? It should be every day of the year. You should be treating your woman like this.
I spoke for all of them there, yeah. You're going to get some flack for them.
It's a bunch of bullshit. Not that they shouldn't be treated like that, but it's still a special holiday.
And as somebody who, by the way, was single for a while and now was lucky enough to celebrate a lovely Valentine's Day this year. All those people out there who are single, like, well, we should protest Valentine's Day and blah, 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 blah.
Singles Day.
Get off your high horse. You know what? There's somebody out there for you. You'll be okay.
Go find them.
I never had an issue with Valentine's Day. It didn't bother me. You know what I do? I think of the things I do love, and I go enjoy those. And, you know, you'll find somebody out there. It's going to be okay. But these people that are like, oh, they shouldn't do this because it's unfair to us, don't be so easily offended. There's something out there you love. You'll be okay.
And you know what else? When I didn't have a Valentine out there, you know who my Valentine was? My mom.
I was going to say bacon. But yeah, my mom too. I would just make a big-ass plate of bacon.
Right.
I'd sit there and I'd cry.
Me and you, bacon.
I'd sit there and I'd drink a beer and eat bacon and cry. And be like, I don't need this.
Right.
These single people, these dating people, whatever. Yeah.
No, but that's it.
This was a good segment of questions. I think we went beyond our 3.
Ooh, yeah, we did. But it was good.
And I hope that some people chime in on their thoughts on these, too.
Sure. So, before we end the show here, you got anything coming up? Other than our fried chicken pub crawl that Joe Mark Scores talked about, what's going on in your life? I think it's going to be a while until we talk again.
Yeah.
Next Friday, I'm leaving for Gulf Shores with Colleen and her family.
Yep. We got some DeSmet stuff next week. I'm going to be running a beer booth, I think, the night before that.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be going on a vacay. I'm going on a Well, when do you get back from Gulf Shores?
4th of July.
4th of July, one of my favorite holidays. And then the weekend after the 4th of July... Wow, we're going to have to find some time in here, my friend. It might not have to be on a Friday, because then the week after the 4th of July, I go to the homeland, the motherland. I go back to Ireland.
No way.
Going with my family, yeah.
Holy shit.
And I might not come back.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
After that, I go to Vegas.
You're kidding me. Well, when do you go to Vegas?
End of July. So we're going to have to figure this shit out, Pat.
We'll have to do some weekdays in here, but I don't think this is the last Let's Get Comfortable until August. God, right. That'd be awful.
Maybe by our next show, dare I say we might have a logo.
I think so, because
or at least a rough draft.
Another thing coming up is that we have a logo in the works, and it's beautiful.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so great. So I think that we had our trials and tribulations due to some technical difficulty leading up to this. You know, we have some summertime stuff getting in the way leading up to the next time, but we will be back.
Yes, we will.
We'll be back sooner than you think.
Good. Well, for my good friend and co-host, PattyMO.
And for my great friend and co-host, the man that started the whole beautiful thing, JimmyB. This is Let's Get Comfortable.
Thanks for listening.
Hope you have a very, very, very comfortable rest of your night or day.
And we'll talk to you soon. Stay comfortable.
Peace out, world.